Hello, everyone. Today we will talk about the homework 6 question 1. And the first question asks us to find the A. Let's look at the equation. It looks like fxy. It looks like that. So since it's a joint density function and we want to find the area, so to satisfy that function is a joint density, so we can say this integral is equal to 1. And for solving this integral, we can proof after solving this integral we can find the A. Solving this integral in here we can have the A is equal to 4. And the second question asks us to find if x and y are uncorrelated. First we need to know if they are uncorrelated, then they satisfy this rule. So now all we need to do is find the xy. For finding this, we can doing the integral like this. Since we already know the A in previous question, so we can solving this integral, and solving this integral we found the result is equal to 1/9. And now we need to find the ex as well. For solving ex, still we're using the integral to find it. Solving this integral, we found the result is equal to 0. So now we can say, since ex is 0, so ex times anything is 0. And we already solved xy is equal to 1/9. So they are not equal. So we can say they are not uncorrelated. And the question 3 asks us to see if x and y are independent. Based on the answer on part 2, they are not uncorrelated. So in here we can just say that x, y are not independent. And the fourth question asks to find the joint density function of x squared and y squared. Now let's say z is equal to x squared and w is equal to y squared. Using the Jacobian method, we can write this in here. So it has 4 roots for these 2 equations. And we can write it like this, respectively. In total, there are 4 roots, so we are writing it down. So it looks like this. Now all we need to do is plug in those roots into this equation in here. And so on. Here, plug in those roots. And here, plug in this root. And here, we are plugging this root. So solving this equation, we have this result in here. For having this result, we can write the fz function. Looks like that. And the fw function as well, and which looks like here. Otherwise, it's 0. So we found the joint density function of x squared, which is fz, and the y squared, which is fw. And now for the 5th question, it asks us to prove or disapprove x squared and y squared are independent. In the last question, we found fz and w. So now we can write the fzw as following, which looks like this. the range. We also need to write the range down to make sure this function is valid. So now we can see that this part is equal to this part in here. So we can say x squared and y squared, they are independent. Yes, and here is pretty much how to solve the question 1. And thank you.